I hadn't had a chance to.
All right, back on the live stream, watching the trial of, well, it's a defamation trial between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. They're divorced. They had an agreement that they wouldn't talk about all the awful things that they'd done to each other during their marriage. Amber Heard gave an interview a few years back about all the abuse she incurred at the hands of Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp said, hey, we agreed we weren't going to do that. So now Johnny Depp is suing her in court. And it's getting fun. It's getting fun. Johnny Depp has lost a whole bunch of jobs because of what she told the newspapers. And she wasn't supposed to say anything. But she seems like she tried to surf the whole Me Too thing. And I'm a victim of abuse. And so she talked to a newspaper in London. There was a trial on that last year, and Johnny Depp lost it. But she also talked to the Washington Post, and that's what this trial is about. Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for defamation, and Johnny Depp has been on the... Mr. Depp. Hold on. Johnny Depp has been on the witness stand now for 2 days, and it is fun. So we're just going to watch this. Hang out with me. Could you just remind the jury what date was that? Throw in our little pot shots. Jump into the chat room. I'll be engaging with the people in the chat room. I see Byron's already here. I know. I just wrapped up a show. I just finished a show like 10 minutes ago. I needed a little break. Still haven't eaten. Let the dog out. Here's what we're being told about this portion. This portion is going to be good. And a shout out to April. April sent me a little something on Twitter that said, hey, they're getting ready to go back live with the stream, and they're going to play a privately recorded conversation between Amber and Johnny. So we're going to get, there's April. So we're going to get a really good idea of what the dynamic between these two was really like. Johnny has come off the last couple of days. Johnny, like he's my friend. He's come off the last couple of days very sympathetically. It seems like she was an absolute monster to be around. And, we were living in a time where we believe the women. And, for the most part, I think that that's not an altogether terrible way of approaching these situations, especially where men have the upper hand, whether it's financially or influentially. But we are talking about an actress, and actresses are not regular women. And seems like at least from what we've heard from Johnny Depp the past 2 days on the stand, that Amber Heard she pooped on the bed. If you were listening in the earlier segment where Johnny was if we could take this down and please pull up giving his testimony. He told a story about how when he told her he wanted a divorce, she took a dump on their bed, took a picture of it, and sent it to him. So that was fun. All right, we're gonna get, like I said, we're promised to get a long, privately recorded, secretly recorded conversation between the two of them. They're gonna show in this segment. So I'm gonna make them large, make them big. Here we go. Put them up big, and let's just watch. Do you recall? We'll jump in when necessary. Article.
I don't remember seeing this specific article. But there were already plenty, and certainly more than I was happy to go through. I think once you read one or two of them, the general idea is the point had been made clearly.
Your Honor, I'd move Plaintiff's Exhibit 411 into evidence.
Oh, man.
All right, 411 in evidence.
Sorry, I got a cable that's coming out. Bear with me.
Could we please take this down and pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 414?
Oh, Byron, you're absolutely right, dude. They must have had unbelievable sex. I mean,
Mr. Depp,
Yes.
Byron says, do you
recognize
realize
this
how good in
article at
bed a
all?
woman crazy enough to shit in a bed and photograph it must be? Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. But she's just an animal.
Yeah, I don't know if it was this one in particular, but I do remember seeing all the various reasons behind her reasons behind her needing to get a temporary restraining order, a TRO against me, which they just started to metastasize into these. There were abuse allegations, and there was alcohol, and there was drugs. And
Play the recording.
and it just it was already
I'm going to get comfortable.
right then and there before my eyes spinning out of control, and there was not a word that I could say.
Your Honor, I would move Plaintiff's Exhibit 414 into evidence.
Any objection? All right, 414 in evidence.
And if we could take this down now, please, and put up Plaintiff's Exhibit 409.
Show it to us. Why can't we see it? Come on. What are you guys looking at?
And Your Honor, if I could move Plaintiff's Exhibit 409 into evidence as well.
Any objection with 409?
No objection.
All right, 409 in evidence. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Depp, do you recall seeing this People magazine article?
Yes, I do.
And when did you see it?
Right when it was released.
Got to
right
be
when
an
it
article about how
came out.
she was talking about how he beat her, right?
Did you speak to anyone about this article?
Yes, I did.
Who did you speak to?
Come on, Johnny.
Mostly friends and my sister Christy. Mostly friends. And certainly
Keith Richards, Bob Dylan, television's
The band,
Jason Alexander, mostly friends.
and my kids. I had to alert them that there might be some ugly things coming out that were most assuredly going to put me in the position of
She's either been crying nonstop or she just decided to not wear any eye
some
makeup. And she's still
violent,
gorgeous.
drug-addled,
Amber Hiller. Still beautiful.
alcoholic.
Even knowing that she just took a grunt right on the bed and then sent a picture of it to him, still beautiful. Takes a lot to
just-
knock down beauty.
reprobate. And I wanted to warn them before they were approached with the People magazine
Byron.
covers in school by other.
If you're in the
Kids.
chat room, you're reading the comments.
I
Byron
wanted
with
to
a
be able
brilliant
to explain to them that this was going to be visible and it's going to be everywhere. And I apologize to them that this was happening.
Had you ever been accused of physically abusing a woman before this point?
No.
How would you describe the
I'm
impact of
cold.
these allegations at the time they were made? And Arnold, if you could please take this down.
Hold on. Anything I could put on?
I've felt ill. I felt sick.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sick in a sense that
Got the air conditioning on. I'm a little bit cold. Put on my kids'
but I
Spider-Man Snuggie. All right, hold on.
there was no truth in it. There was no truth in it whatsoever. And the fact that it was coming down on me so hard, and so quickly, and how it gained momentum around the world. And then you notice people
Struggling with the Snuggie.
looking at you differently.
Struggle Snuggie.
And then you notice
There we go.
calls
Okay.
stop coming from agents and producers and that sort of thing. This was before, in fact, the Me Too movement had
The guy walking past Amber
had,
freaked me out for a minute because I was looking at my
come
camera.
around.
I didn't
This was a
process
while
it.
before that, so I couldn't have expected the Me Too movement to happen, but
Oh, come on, really?
once
You knew
that
Harvey Weinstein?
then it just went into skyrocket mode. So you're
What she got there? She got Dasani with one of those
showered with
one of those sugar-free tablets dropped in. She's drinking a little
you're running between
little grapefruit flavored Dasani.
drops of lava. You're trying to run between raindrops that kill you and destroy you. So
Nice one, Ross.
I
Nice.
was very confused.
Well played.
I was very hurt because, as I said before, when you're in a relationship and you do give your truth to intimate truths to
God, it's cold.
to that person that you're with, and then they start to use all that information and stretch it out into something that is completely shocking. because
Man,
as
he's
I
right.
said,
That is the worst part of
just
divorce.
it just didn't happen.
The shit they know about you.
And
Be vulnerable, they said.
felt like it was incredibly cruel and treachery. I felt it was treachery. It was. I don't know if she wanted me to just be erased or drop dead or just let me stick around and allow her to ruin my life for a while and go out of her way to shame me and hurt my kids and hurt people who I've known for many, many years. No, it was, I mean, to say that it was unfair is about the largest understatement that it's actually the smallest understatement. I mean, it controlled my every waking second from the moment that I woke up until the moment that I dropped, even on the road playing shows. You'd go out and you'd play for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Speaking of
And
dropping,
you'd do your best to get through that.
did I tell you about what she did on our bed?
And I can remember getting off of finishing the show, getting on the bus with the other band
I can't get
members
past that. I can't get past the
and
image
just
of
going
that
to
girl
the back of the bus
taking a
and,
poop on their bed and then sending a picture of it to them. That's awesome.
just you know, you had to get it out. So I just sat back and in the back of the bus and cried and hid it from people.
Mr. Depp, did you ever discuss Miss Hurd's domestic abuse
Mr.
allegations
Jeff.
with any producers or directors in the movie industry?
Only if they fell into the category of friends. For example, Tim Burton, who was one of my dearest friends, and we've known him since we made Edward Scissorhands together in 1990. We've been very, very, very close friends ever since then.
Tim Burton's
Yeah, just-
seen some shit.
Friends, you know,
Johnny Depp has weird friends. I mean, he's weird. So, you know,
and
very
of course,
eccentric group.
as we were on the road, you know, the fellas in the band, you know, Alice Cooper is the singer of the Vampires. Who's a
More
dear
weird
friend.
friends.
Joe
Well-
Perry from Aerosmith is in the band, and he's also a dear friend. And
Oh, it's a hell of a band.
a couple of the other members are just very close friends. And
He doesn't know the rest of the non-famous guys in the band.
I was bereft of any.
It does, Dustin. Thank you,
You just
Dustin,
don't know
too.
what to say anymore. You just know what to. So I tried not to talk about it very much at all.
Will, I'm not just a Spider-Man.
Just a friend.
Mr. Depp, when did you and Miss Hurd divorce?
When was the divorce final?
I turned the air conditioning
The
on
divorce
when I signed
was
off the
final
show, and then I jumped back on and forgot to turn it off.
January.
And it's freezing here because I'm right under the air conditioning
2017
duct.
on Friday the 13th.
And my son sits in this chair and plays
And
games, and I'm wearing his
How were
Spider-Man
your divorce
snuggie that
proceedings
he wears.
resolved ultimately?
So I guess I am kind of dressed like Spider-Man, but it's purely out of necessity of the moment.
My
I'll put the hat on.
team of lawyers, which included two of my entertainment lawyers, a divorce attorney, and two more attorneys that were on, Blair Burke and
There we
someone
go.
else.
Now I'm full Spider-Man. Spider-Man snuggie.
I wanted to, for lack of a better word, I wanted to fight it.
It's free.
I wanted to
I'm gonna have
fight
to
it
get up and
because
turn
it
the air
was-
off. It's freezing.
Because there wasn't an ounce, not a grain, not a molecule of truth to it. So I wanted to fight it.
All right,
He was speaking about what he wanted to do in the context of the divorce.
I understand. I think the next one was going to be, they said, I don't know, something on those ones. So
Okay,
you can do your next question.
sure, certainly. Did you pay Ms. Hurd any money in connection with your divorce?
Yes.
$7 million.
And how much was that?
Her settlement, she wanted $7 million. I believe that was the settlement, wasn't yes, $7 million.
And was there a joint statement that you and Ms. Hurd released?
Yes, that's where I was getting.
That statement is what this entire trial
The
is
advice
about.
that I
Her
was given
violating
was
it.
not to fight.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Who wrote the joint statement?
I have no idea. Lawyers.
Did you approve the joint statement before it was issued?
I'll put it this way: I wasn't given much of a choice.
$7 million.
Could
It
we
seems
please
like you
pull
got
up
off
Plaintiff's Exhibit 408?
pretty easily. He's reportedly worth 650, or was at his peak 600. He's made 650 million in his career. But he's had some pretty well documented financial issues the last 20 years. So
And Mr. Depp, do you see the second paragraph from the bottom of this page? Is that the joint statement that you and Ms. Hurd released together?
That's the joint statement that was released. Yes.
good
And
one,
could you
Ross.
please read that joint statement for the jury?
Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Amber wishes the best for Johnny in the future. Amber will be donating financial proceeds from the divorce to a charity.
What happened after this joint statement was issued, Mr. Depp?
A lot.
What happened after that? I suppose, the next move was to start making payments to Ms. Hurd. There were scheduled payments, and then at a certain point, Ms. Hurd had made statements to the press saying that the $7 million was the settlement, and that $7 million was going to be split up between two charities. One was the ACLU, and the other was the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, which, in fact, was a breach of the agreement. Neither one of us were supposed to speak about details, money, anything of that nature. So when Ms. Hurd breached that agreement, that was when I asked Ed White, my business manager, to send the first payments directly to the charities in Ms. Hurd's name.
Baller move.
And after I did that,
She got mad.
Ms. Hurd
Went nuts.
Ms. Hurd was very, very angry that I had made those first payments.
I bet. It's easy to
And
say
she
you're going to
went into
donate it
a-
to charity.
Kind of a tirade about how I should be charged.
She wasn't going to donate
Double
it. She just
to
wanted
7.
it out there in the
I should
press
be
to make
charged
us seem
14 million,
magnanimous.
so that because she thought that I was looking for a tax break.
Mr. Depp, between the time that the joint statement was released and the time that the op-ed came out, how many movies did you work on in that time period, if you can recall?
When did the joint statement come out? Was it, I'm sorry.
Could we scroll up, please? I'll withdraw the question for the moment. In the time leading from the divorce through the, in the time period between when your divorce was finalized and the release of the op-ed in December 2018, do you have an estimate as to how many television or movie projects you worked on?
I don't exactly.
I feel like I want to just pull up his filmography.
Exactly. I believe there was another, maybe a smaller tour with the vampires.
Stupid band.
And I can't. I don't remember. It's hard to remember.
He should have gone on Nicolas
I've done too
Cage
many movies.
and just started cranking out direct-to-video
Sorry.
movies for paychecks.
Your Honor, I apologize. Can we please move into evidence exhibit 408?
All right, any objection to 408?
Yes, Your Honor, I think we don't have any objection to the joint statement that was read, but the rest of the article contains hearsay statements that we
All
need
right.
to redact.
We can redact that in
Okay,
and put
so
it in
you owe me a
tomorrow.
redacted 408 with just a statement then? Is that what you're talking about?
Just that second line.
Okay. All right. That statement will be in evidence once we get it redacted. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1.
Please be a picture of the poop on the bed. I can't get over that.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize this document?
Excuse me. Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is Ms. Hurd's op-ed for the Washington Post that I believe came out in December of 18.
I like when she makes eye contact with us.
I recognize. Yes, I certainly
look
remember
away.
this.
And have you actually read this op-ed?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think of it, its contents?
Well, it was a hell of a start, I'd say, in terms of the title. If you could, can we scroll down a little bit, just for a second?
Oh, Johnny. Come on, let's speed it up, Johnny. Let's get to the recording.
Because I'd like to make a point.
We'd all like you to.
Reading it and reading the words that she had written about what was obviously
You're boring me, Johnny.
it was obviously referring to our relationship. It was obviously referring to me 2 years ago. It all matched up, and so it was clearly about me. And then I read the rest of the article where she talks about, if you could go down, scroll down just a little bit. After the imagine a powerful man as a ship.
Oh, God.
Because she goes into, she talks about, in this section of the piece, she talks about the plight of women, not just in Hollywood, but in general in the world. And there were many things that I did not disagree with in terms of this part of the article. I understand anyone's passion to right the wrongs that have been done for countless years against any being who's suffered at the hands of domestic violence, be it women, men, children. That's something, of course, coming from my background, that I am very, very against. any bullying of any human being, any forced violence, any any
He sure does,
injustice
Will. He sure does.
committed against any human being. So all this part of the article was strangely, I understood it very well, and I can applaud some of this. I can
Can we hear the
absolutely
fight
say that I
tape?
believe
How long until you play
it
the
was- it
fight
was
tape?
very well,
They're supposed to be playing an audio tape of them having
done.
a fight.
with regard to violence against women or violence against
anticipate
anyone.
It's going to be fantastic.
It just seemed kind of the strange other side, like a it's like a two-headed coin.
Mr. Depp, did you experience any consequences after the release of the op-ed?
Yeah, he got fired from Fantastic Beasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come on,
What were
answer it,
those?
Johnny.
Oh, well, I believe it was. I don't think it took Disney very long, maybe a couple of days, to announce that that I had been removed from the Pirates of the Caribbean films franchise, which I learned about reading in reading one of these type of some magazine, the article where Sean Bailey was quoted, which was very odd to me, as I have had many creative conversations with the Disney people, even to the point of where they were asking me to come back and write Pirates. Sorry.
What Disney executives told him seriously.
We can move
You
on.
want to, if you want to, just restart.
So let's see. So I can read it out of.
You gotta wonder, is
Someone's
she gonna
article.
have any blowback now after
Not
this? I
from
mean,
the
she's
man's mouth.
got a pretty
So
big
happens.
role in the Aquaman franchise. She plays Aquaman's
What your
mom.
understanding is the
So is
status
Marvel
of
gonna,
Pirates
or DC, I
6?
guess, is DC going to,
At this point,
Yes.
when, and that's like the
I
only
believe it's
thing
in
she's
dangle
got.
mode.
Mr. Depp, have you ever physically assaulted Miss Hurd?
Never,
Never,
Have you ever sexually assaulted Miss Hurd?
never, certainly not.
Certainly not.
What have you lost as a result of Miss Hurd making these allegations against you?
A high thread count sheet.
Nothing less than everything.
Eh,
Nothing less than everything. Because when the allegations were made, when the allegations were
she gonna cry again? She looks like she's gonna cry again. Oh yeah,
rapidly
here we go.
Circling the globe,
Put them actress chops to work. Work up them tears.
telling people that
sympathetic
I
to
was a drunken,
Here she goes.
cocaine-fueled menace
Oop. Oh,
who beat women
here she goes.
suddenly in my 50s. It's over.
Oh yeah, those are tears that are coming.
You know,
She's got the
you're
tear
done.
blinkers.
So,
Here she goes.
what did it do to me? What effect did it have on me? I'll put it to you this way. No matter the outcome of this trial, The second the allegations were made against
Well, you're
The
right.
accusation.
I'll go half in agreement with
the
you.
second that
DC won't
more
care
and more, these
because
things,
she's
as
a
I
woman,
said,
and there's not a
metastasized
whole lot of
and
pro
turned
men
into
groups that could
fodder
damage other DC
for
products
the media.
if they continue to employ a woman who, treated a
Once
man
that
badly.
happens,
However, if this was Jason Momoa,
or once that happened,
DC would run from
I
him.
lost. Then, that is to say, I lost because that is not a thing.
That's a bad tie. He's got a
That
bad
anyone is
tie
gonna
on. That's not a good look.
Just
That's like a strip club manager look,
put
That's
on your back.
Johnny
for
could be
short
dressed
periods
much
of
better.
time.
The suit jacket
I will
doesn't
live
seem to
with
fit
that
well. It's riding up
for
in the
rest of
back.
my life.
He's got like a creeper
Because of the
ponytail. God, Johnny,
allegations,
you don't look
and
good, man.
Because it was such a high-profile case.
Amber does.
So
Like
I
I said,
lost then.
She looks like a middle
matter
school
the
teacher
outcome
on
of this
trial for
trial.
sleeping with 12-year-olds.
I'll carry that for the rest
She
of
looks
my days.
good.
And
I hate the black shirt and
it
tie.
never
It's just
had to be
such a
that way. It never had to happen.
mafia look. It's
And
such
I
a
don't quite understand why it did.
yeah.
the
It's
way
a
that it
Spider- yes, I'm wearing a Spider-Man snuggie. I shouldn't be. I got better shirt and tie
Any further
combos than
questions,
that.
Your Honor?
All right. I think it's, I say we'd rather start tomorrow morning, is that correct?
What are we done?
Perfectly happy to start now, Your Honor, or tomorrow morning, whatever you want first.
Why don't we go ahead and start a little bit today, just because time is not on our side.
Is this going to be cross-examination?
Thank you. Cross-examination?
All right. Where's the audio? I thought we were going to hear audio. They said it in the beginning. Oh, I hope they go back to the poop in the bed stuff. Come on. You can't just let that lay out there. Can't just let that float around.
Good afternoon, Mr. Depp.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roddenborn.
Leave that stench in the air.
I'm happy that in the last little bit we've gotten to the reason why we're here, and I'd like to start with that. If you could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 2, Michelle.
Come on.
Next page. Your Honor, I believe this
No,
is
yeah, April, I saw it.
either
I
in
was,
evidence
I,
or it's been stipulated.
I saw
part of
the opening when
I see
they,
no objection to two.
No objection, Your Honor.
but I thought that they were going to
Mr.
get to the
Publisher.
whole thing.
This article, this opinion piece in the middle of the page there, Mr. Depp, this is the opinion piece that Amber Hurd wrote in the Washington Post that was published on December 18th, 2018. Correct?
Let's not say December 19th on it.
Okay, let's not get
The
bogged
top
down
of the
in.
page, doesn't
Nobody
it say
cares.
December 19th, 2018?
Go ahead and
I
blow
believe
that up,
that the
Michelle.
2018 was the online, was it not?
Okay, so December 18th, December 19th, this piece in the middle of the page is the opinion piece, Mr.
Where did Amber
right?
go? Amber go to the bathroom or something? You'd think she'd want to be around for the cross.
My eyes
Sure.
are getting smaller.
She's got to change up her whole, vibe.
And this is what you're suing her over.
Oh, maybe she is crying.
Correct.
Maybe that's what she's doing. She's breaking down.
I'm
Wanted to do it in private.
suing her over defamation and the various
Maybe all that talk had her needing to go into a stall in the bathroom.
falsities that
I guess that's all they have
used
in women's rooms, right?
to
Stalls. I don't spend a lot of time in women's
bring
rooms.
my life to an end.
And you
She's
understand.
prepping exhibit
And,
2.
You understand, Mr. Depp, that you cannot, you are not suing her
It's in the bathroom
for
doing a couple
any
key bumps.
damage,
Laxatives.
damage,
That'll get
or
you.
any accusations she made prior to writing this article. You're aware of that. You'd agree with that, right?
Could you say that again, Mr. Rottenborn?
You are not
Wait,
bringing a
what?
lawsuit against her, bringing her into
Who's
court
Mr.
in Virginia
Rottenborn? Is that
for
a
anything that she
Pirates of the
did
Caribbean
prior
reference?
to
Was he
writing this
being
article.
cute?
Correct? You know that you can't do that, right?
I have to say that I, as I said at the top of this, I've never seen this version of the op-ed piece. The version that I saw was the other one that I identified that was on the
Multiple
18th.
versions.
This is on the 19th. I believe the 18th
And
was
2 years
quite
before,
possibly, was quite possibly, maybe that was the online version that came out first.
2 years before
there's a
either the
very
online or the
different.
print.
I'm sorry, I was just
No,
going
I
to
think
finish my
you answered
answer.
my question, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's
2
it,
years
Johnny. Be
before
a
the
dick.
online
Fight
and the
back.
print version came out. In 2016,
You
Amber obtained a
magnificent
domestic
train wreck.
violence restraining order against you from a California court, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in obtaining that domestic violence restraining order in May 2016, she accused you of domestic abuse, right?
Yes, sir.
And Michelle, if you could blow up the third paragraph down, please. And in the opinion piece that's before you, published in the Washington Post, she wrote, "Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse." Correct?
Ah, there she
I
is.
can't say correct.
Yeah, come on. They need to be showing
And the
her.
piece
Somebody did.
doesn't contain your name, correct?
No, it does not. No.
And other than mentioning the fact of abuse accusations that were made 2 years prior to the publication of this article, the opinion piece doesn't contain any details of your time together, correct?
I think that her. I think it's very easy to write a piece and put the finger on someone without saying their name. There are sneaky ways of writing things, and as I've seen also what the ACLU and their team had to say, they clearly described to Ms. Hurd that
I'll move to strike this as hearsay, Your Honor.
All right.
And I appreciate,
sorry, it's evidence.
Next question, okay?
thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Depp, I appreciate you've gotten a lot of chance to talk, and I'm trying to be respectful of the court's time and the jury's time. So I'm going to ask you that question again, because I think it's a pretty simple yes or no question, which is,
You'd like
Other-
it to be. So, nothing simple in this case.
other than mentioning the fact of abuse accusations made 2 years prior, this opinion piece does not contain any details of your time together. Yes or no?
It contains fragments.
Good take, Dustin.
This piece here, I don't know, is this word for word with the other piece?
And the article discusses proposed legislation, which you just talked about, correct? You'd agree with that, right?
Yes, yes.
And it discusses Amber's experiences after she had separated from you. You'd agree with that, right?
2 years ago, I became the public face for domestic violence.
Yeah.
2018, 2016.
She's obviously
seemed to
referencing their
me that
divorce
it,
trial where these
The
accusations were
puzzle
made.
was going to work, no matter your angle, sir.
So I'll take that response as a no, that this piece does not discuss this piece does not discuss anything prior to Miss Hurd separating from you, and it only discusses her experiences, her biographical experiences after she separated from you. Correct?
I can't say that.
Now you're claiming that due to Amber's allegations of abuse, you can't be in Pirates 6, correct?
I'm saying that after everything had basically hit its media targets and the hit pieces kept coming, it would be I mean, I would be a real simpleton to not think that there was an effect on my career based on Ms. Hurd's words, whether they mention my name or not.
You became aware prior to the publication of this op-ed that you were likely out for Pirate 6. That Disney was considering dropping or dramatically shrinking your role, correct?
He's
No.
the star.
Can you pull up Defense Exhibit 113, please?
How you gonna do Pirates without Jack Sparrow? Unless they were moving younger.
Let's go to let's go to 114, please.
Are you changing on me?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but it's the next one, so it's
Okay, 114? All right.
sorry. One more. Let's 115, please.
115.
What's going on with Amber? What's her emotional state right now?
It's 25th October 2018. Hi, in a row.
Mr. Depp, do you see?
Personal dramas, yes.
Sorry,
Do you have the questions, Ron?
I did. I was just giving him time to read. Do you see the date of this article beneath those bullet points is October 25th, 2018? Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
And do you see that the headline, "Hide the Rum, Johnny Depp is out
Objection, Your
as
Honor.
Jack
This is-
Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean"?
Yes,
Objection, hearsay.
hearsay objection.
I was asking if he became aware. I'm not offering an article for the truth.
This is
His
an
awareness.
article from the Daily Mail, Your Honor.
Oh,
Right. I'm asking if his
There's a
awareness
shot at the
that
Daily Mail.
he was likely
I'll
out.
allow that question.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Mr. Depp,
Yes, sir.
were you aware that as of October 25th, 2018, about 2 months before this op-ed was published, that it was being reported, as it is in this article, that Johnny Depp is out as Jack Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise as actor battles financial issues and personal dramas? Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, but it doesn't surprise me given that 2 years had gone by of just constant worldwide talk about me being this wife beater.
Understood, but you
So I'm sure that Disney was trying to cut ties to be safe. The Me Too movement was in full swing at that point.
right, and to the extent they were trying to cut ties to be safe, that was
I like her little
as
barrettes.
long as
She's
2
got a
months
whole cute
before you
thing
wrote the
going on.
op-ed.
I bet she smells delicious. I bet her shampoo smells good. She probably just a little hint of perfume.
So the question.
To the extent that Disney was
Again,
trying
he
to cut
smells
ties
like
with you, as you say, to be
cigarettes
safe,
and
that was as much as 2 months prior
beef
to you
jerky.
publish or to Ms. Hurd publishing the op-ed in the Washington Post, correct?
Objection, lack of foundation.
I'll allow it if you can answer it.
October is 2 months before December. That's correct. But it's odd that they were going to release me from my role as Captain Jack Sparrow, but yet kept me on every ride across the world. In the Pirates of the Caribbean rides.
That's not that odd.
I'm in the
That's
Los
infrastructure.
Angeles or the Hollywood one or whatever it is.
If they haven't
3 or 4
introduced the
times.
new version,
Shanghai,
they're not going
I mean,
to
all
chain the
over
rides,
So they
Johnny.
didn't remove my character from the rides. They didn't stop selling merchandise of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Why would they?
Didn't
That's a
stop
bad
selling
argument, Johnny.
dolls of Captain Jack Sparrow. They didn't stop selling anything.
Bad argument.
They just didn't want there to be something trailing behind me that they'd find.
And you aren't aware, you said Pirate 6 in your view is dangling. You're not aware of if or when Pirate 6 will be made, correct?
No, sir. No.
And the fact is, Mr. Depp, if Disney came to you with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film.
That is true, Mr. Rottenborn.
What's Rotten?
you couldn't
That game, is that
identify
I've
single
never
movie
seen a Pirates of the Caribbean.
that you did between the
Is that a
divorce
character,
and the op-ed.
Mr.
In
Rottenborn?
response to Miss Meyer's questions just now, you said there was a small tour.
I need to know, is Johnny being snarky or is this
of your band between that? But you couldn't identify
seriously
a
the
single movie
lawyer's
that you did
name?
in the year or two prior to the op-ed, correct?
I have to tell you that when I'm working on a film, I do my work, and when I'm wrapped on that film, I've done my work, and I move on to the next. So I haven't seen the majority of my films. I've seen a few only if I had to, but so it doesn't come right away to my head. That's
Only
films
if
are
I've
not the
had to.
first thing that I think
Ringing
about.
endorsement for your work.
And you spent a long time talking about the impact of the abuse allegations made in Ms. Hurd's obtaining the temporary restraining order in, or the domestic violence restraining order in May 2016, right?
Sure.
And you testified that you wanted to fight it, right? But the fact is, you never fought the allegations in court in 2016. It was only after Ms. Hurd published this op-ed in 2018 that you fought them. You never tried to fight them in 2016, did you?
I was advised by my attorneys not to fight.
In fact, you signed not only we read a statement, but let's pull up. Let's pull up. DX 1458, please.
Ladies, is she wearing any makeup? Like, she's got no lipstick. She doesn't look like she's wearing any kind of eye makeup. Maybe a little something on the cheeks.
And Mr. Depp, you see
She
that
looks
this
fantastic.
this says
She
marriage
looks
of Depp,
naturally fantastic.
correct?
I see that.
It's a legal document. Can you scroll to the signature page, Michelle, please? This was a document that you signed as part of your divorce proceedings, correct?
That's my signature indeed, yes.
Indeed.
Your Honor, move for admission of this document.
Any objection to that document?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, 1458 in evidence.
May we publish, please?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Depp, that is your signature on the right, correct?
Yes, it is.
Dated August 15th, 2016, right?
That's what it says, yes.
And this is you were this is a document you signed, right?
For the third time, that is my signature, yes.
You
Sir.
go to paragraph 27, please. Paragraph 27.
Okay.
And this paragraph is a joint statement that both sides agreed to release. And if you look in the block quote there, it contains the quote, or it contains the statement, neither party has
I've
made
always
false
been a big Amber Heard
accusations
fan,
for
Will.
financial gain.
I've
Neither
always
party has
been
made false
an
accusations for financial gain. Did I
appreciator
read that right?
of her whole
You
vibe.
did, Mr.
Take
Rottenborn.
that down, Michelle.
She looks very different. She's looking very like if Amber Heard grew up in Ohio instead of was a Hollywood film
And
star.
that was a document
She looks
you
very
signed in
pedestrian and
August of
still beautiful.
2016. Correct.
Is that the same one that I signed 3 times before? Yes,
Yeah.
that's the fourth.
Well, just
I am a
but
little
wanted to make
sexed
clear
up
that
by
you
this.
signed
Yeah,
that
clear.
in the summer
You
of
raise a good
2016,
point, Will.
2 years before Ms. Hurd published her op-ed. I don't have anything else for the day, Your Honor.
Okay, you want to, okay, all right, we'll go ahead and take our evening.
If that's okay.
That works for me. I was going to stop you at 5 o'clock anyway, so that's fine.
5
All
o'clock.
right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude our day-to-day. Again, don't do any outside research. Do not talk to anybody. We'll see you in the morning, okay? All right, have a good evening.
All right, there we go. I'd like to see a wide shot to see how do they make any eye contact. She's definitely looking away. He's looking away. They can have any eye contact. That's a good one. The frame on the right, you can see both of them. What are they standing for? Oh, you got to stand until the judge leaves? Is that
Again,
it?
sir, just
There
don't
she
discuss
goes.
your
Now
testimony
she's
with
looking at
anybody
him.
since you're still testifying, to include your attorneys, okay? We'll see you in the morning, okay? 10 o'clock? Good? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, she's looking away. He's looking down. Do they make eye contact? Is there going to be any kind of a glance? He is just frozen. She's looking off. Okay, he may have just given her a look and she wasn't looking back. All right, a little bit of a Jussie Smollett kind of. All right, now it's back to the hotel. Maybe a nice steak dinner with the legal team. Do they have kids together? Johnny's probably got a whole litter of kids. All right. What's she doing? She's doing like some, she's got like an eggshell top with some turd brown pants.
Can I grab one of you for just a quick second? Hi.
All right, there you go. Looks like that's going to conclude the Johnny Depp trial for the day. I'm going to continue ogling Amber Hurd. Crazy boy. We heard some crazy stuff today in this trial. The earlier part this morning, before we did the high noon show, there was some accusations made by Johnny Depp. She put cigarettes out on his face. She cut the tip of his finger off in a bottle fight. She hid his alcohol medication. Like he was trying to not drink, so they gave him some medication that you're supposed to take, and if you drink while on this medication, you get really sick, like violently ill. She hid it from him and then would taunt him while walking around swigging from a bottle of wine. Oh man, there was some heavy stuff early, and then of course in the afternoon session, we heard about Amber Hurd him saying they want a divorce, and then her responding by taking a big dump on their bed and then taking a picture of her dump and sending it to Johnny. It was fun because she claimed that it was their dogs that had taken the dump. Now, dogs plural, I guess, is the way Johnny presented it. They had two, like he said, little teacup dogs. Dogs don't take poops in the exact same place. So it's not like you're going to have this accumulation of two dogs going, oh, I'm going to poop right on top of your poop. It's not a thing that happens. And also, Johnny described the poops as not being anything that he would ever see coming out of those little dogs. All right, we can get rid of this. That's irritating. And now it's over. Yeah, so they were human poops. They were Amber Hurd turds. They were, obviously not a dog. She claimed they were from a dog. So that was crazy. And then in this last segment, I don't know, do we hear anything really good? Any good? I guess none of it's good. We hear anything interesting in this? I don't know. I was hoping to hear more of the audio tape, the tape of the fight. We didn't really get much of that. Took him 7 minutes to explain that the shit was too big for the dog, says Byron. Yeah, it did. It took it. He needs to step it up, man. All right, I don't know. I guess we're going to get more Johnny Depp tomorrow. I guess we'll get day 3 of Johnny on the. I'm watching the chat room that is existing here on the Law and Crime feed. And by the way, I know that they can't be all that happy with me just pirating their stuff, but whatever. We don't get to monetize this show anyway through traditional means. We do that through you guys and your donations that help us keep doing these 2 streams every day. The high noon stream comes on at noon. That's hot topics, trends, anything the world's talking about. Then we come back and we do Pillow Talk at 9 o'clock. That's me and James Parker. And then we jump in and we do special stuff like this if there's breaking news or whatever. So, so this we'll definitely be getting one of those letters from YouTube about how we stole this video. But, whatever. We exist from your kindness, not from drop-ins that they do on YouTube. Or it's like, crazy commercials that you have to click. And you only watch 5 seconds of, and then you click out of it. All right, that's it. My voice is going. My voice is totally going. I just realized that. My voice is like, Yes, Johnny Depp described her. No, he described poop as funds. he said, I recognize the size of the funds as, that's interesting. He was doing everything he could not to say poop. Called it excrement a couple of times, called it fecal matter, and then he described it as funds. My old legs have been crunched under me. All right. That's going to do it, folks. Appreciate you hanging out with me this afternoon. We'll be back at 9 o'clock tonight for Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. I don't know that we'll be doing a whole lot of this. We'll probably do something else. Didn't I say we were going to do something else? So we were going to do something else tonight. I don't know. I got it in my notes. I'll look at it. I'll remember. All right. Appreciate you, folks. I'm out of here. We'll see you again tonight at 9 o'clock here on the stream. Appreciate you joining me. I like watching TV with you guys.